Hello students, my name is Akshansh. Welcome back to our second video of lecture series of question solving of CLAT 2023. Students, जैसा कि आप लोग देख रहे हैं, the question is based on a paragraph which is related to election bond. So I would like you to pause your video, read the paragraph, and then move on to our first question.
Hi, this is Apoor Shrivastava. I'm a classroom student of IMS BHOPAL. I've converted IMT Ghaziabad. Along with me, 3 other students have also converted IMT Ghaziabad. तो इसलिए भोपाल में CAT preparation मतलब IMS भोपाल.
So students, the first paragraph talks about that Asad, who wants to give a bond to a PPP, that is Popular People's Party, and he gave this bond to the representative of PPP on 14th November, as he bought on November 10, and the Popular People's Party representative deposited the bond on November 16, but the bank refused, where the bank was right. Here, the correct option would be option D, no, since the bond was valid on November 16, 2022. Students, as you can remember, the paragraph clearly tells us that a bond is valid for 15 days on any election year, whether in state or in the union. So the bond was purchased on November 10th and it was valid till or even after November 16th. So therefore option D is right. So we would like to move on to our second question. So students, second question talks about that an election bond has been released on February 10. Asad wants to give election bond to a particular party, and the party or to the place where he wants to give, there is no election in that state. So can he do that? So the correct option would be option D. Why option D? क्योंकि paragraph clearly बोलता है that a government can issue bond for 15 days in any election year, whether the election is in legislative assembly of a state or of a union parliament. Here, which clearly is being provided that there is an election for the legislative assembly of a state, so which is definitely been given in our passage. So option D would be the right answer. So now we would move on to our next question. So in the third question, facts are being provided that the Palak wants to give an election bond to representative of PPP. Since she wanted to support the political party, but after she has given the bond, she finds out that the particular candidate which she was supporting has been changed. Now she wants to get back her bond from the party. But here the political party has already deposited the bank to their bank account, and it has been credited to the political party's account. So whether the Palak is eligible for getting back her bond back, here the correct option would be B. Why B? Because it clearly says that no, since the party has already deposited the bond and the money has been credited to its account. Once the money has been credited, it cannot be given back to the person. Now we move on to our fourth question. Number 4 provides the following facts. November 14, 2022, government issue a notification whereby any political party which receives at least 1% of the vote polled in either central or state election is eligible to deposit electoral bonds. Here, Palak decide that she wants to support a newly formed political party which is known as MPPP, More Popular People's Party. She thinks that the party is going to win the next election held in July 2023. Is MPPP eligible to receive the electoral bonds? Here, the correct option would be option C, which is no, since it does not fulfill the eligibility criteria announced in November 15, 2022 notification, which clearly says that any political party who wants to accept electoral bond has to secure minimum of 1% votes in their last election, either for state or central. So now we will move on to our last question. The facts are like that. Abraham, who lives in a different state, wants to purchase electoral bond in the sale of 23rd. Trash, he decides to give the electoral bond to the PPP, who is from a different state or is from a Assad state. When PP representative goes to an authorized branch of the State Bank of India to deposit the electoral bond on December 5, the bank refused to credit the money to the PPP's account. Here, which of the following would be the most valid reason for the bank to refuse the credit the money to the People's Party PPP account? Correct option would be option A, YA. ऑप्शन ए क्या बोलता है? ऑप्शन ए बोलता है the bond was no longer valid. Students, as you can remember, passage में there was clearly given that the 23rd tranche of the bond was released on November 9 and the bond is valid only for 15 days. यहाँ पे as we can count that from November 9, December 5 is clearly out of the date. So therefore the bond is no longer valid. It has to be deposited within 15 days of the issuing date of the bond. So option A is right. So thank you guys. See you in our next video.